Hey guys, just got back from the range and I thought I'd talk a little bit about my guns. I just got this one. It's an MP9 Shield, single stack, little tiny fella. Look how thin that is. It's got the tritium sights, really cool and low light. It's not as easy to shoot as this guy, which is my old workhorse, the Glock 19. It's a double stack. It will put some lead down range. Not much good in low light conditions, but she's been a really stalwart, solid gun, and I found that I'm much better at the range with it. So what's the difference between these two guns other than a couple of inches of barrel and the ammunition capacity? We'll stick them apart and I'll show you what the Glock looks like stripped down and the MP9 Shield looks like stripped down. They're remarkably similar. Surprised nobody sued anybody over it. Okay, so both guns obviously have the resin body and they have the metal slide. They have a recoil spring and a floating barrel. The main difference between the two that I've seen from a practical standpoint for taking it apart is that little yellow lever in there. The little yellow lever is a sear release lever, and you have to pop that up to get the gun apart. You have to slip that little yellow lever up with a pick and then flip this thumb catch so the barrel will slide off the front. On the Glock, you just pull it back a little bit and you pop this guy right here and it drops down and lets the barrel slide off. So remarkably similar other than that. Let's break it down further and see how much further the similarities go. Okay, so here's the MP Shield, the 9, broke down. You got your spring, got your wee little barrel, and you got your metal slider. The Glock 19, same thing, composite body. You got your spring, you got your barrel, and you got your metal slider. The 19 has a slightly longer barrel, which means it's probably got more accuracy over a longer range. I know it's certainly more accurate at short range, but it's not nearly as concealable. However, it's concealable enough. I do carry the 19 quite a bit. You can see that tiny little barrel on the Smith Wesson. There's a size difference in the recoil springs too. The MP9 is on the left-hand side, the Glock 19 is on the right-hand side. Bigger gun, bigger spring, I reckon. Again, looking at the slider mechanism side by side, or I guess top to bottom. The top one's the Glock 19. The bottom one's the MP9 Shield. You can see a difference for the size of the barrel, but otherwise they look like almost exactly the same gun. Okay, so looking at them, they look very much the same, very similar guns. I mean, even down here they're similar. This one has a different handguard, has a little rail. You can put a laser, flashlight, whatever you want on, where the MP9 doesn't, but it's made more for tucking in your waistband. This is made for living in a holster. Although I do MIC it sometimes. So what's my consensus as far as after taking them both out to this morning and shooting them? The Glock I've shot before, I really like shooting it. The MP9, this was my first time out with it, and I found it wasn't quite as accurate as the 19. However, I can stow that 9 in places where it won't be very obtrusive and it doesn't look like I'm carrying. So it might be a lot easier for me to carry it and not get hassled by the man. The 19, she prints a little bit and people can see it. So far though, I haven't had any trouble with it. So for now, I'll probably carry the MP9 most of the time. But when it's feasible, if I'm open carry, I'll probably take that 19. She's a good trail gun. I can get more range on it, and I'm deadly accurate with it. This one, I'm just woundingly accurate with it. So there you go. If you're thinking about the two guns, thinking about a 19 or a MP9 Shield, that's my 2 cents worth. Both of them are damn good guns. They both do a really good job at what they're supposed to do. They punch holes. I just need to practice with that little gun and get her idiosyncrasies down more. So that's my plan for now. Good day.